minus 54. And remember, we estimated, so you're going to take the one closest. So there's no 546. Well, only one of those is close. Okay, 32. $45 for a meal at the restaurant, and you give a 20% tip. Very nice of you. So multiply by 0.20. Remember, we're always changing the decimal to a percent. Okay. And actually didn't even have it, so we're changing the, actually that's a percent to a decimal, and so let's see, 0.009. You need to look at this. What I kind of saw is, should you leave a 20-cent tip or a 90-cent tip? $2 and $9 are probably the most realistic. Look at that, because that was a common mistake I saw. Some people gave unrealistic tips. They didn't account for the decimal and end. You don't want to, I mean, it'd be great if you gave them 900. I'm sure they'd love you for that, but it's not going to happen. This is where we're going to do hours times hours worked plus commission to a decimal times sales. So we're going to do 12 times 80 plus 0.15 times 1300. So make sure that zero is not there, and that's 96 out of 0. I'm going to do this off to the side. Pretend the zeros aren't there, add them in the end, 15. Wow, it'd be great to get paid $19,000. Don't forget to move over. So plus 195 and 1155. That's A. I did seem to like A and D, and I made this, so don't think it's going to be like that next year, or on your test next year. All right, 8 squared plus 10 divided by 2 times 3. Remember, PEMDAS, we're going to do the 8 squared first, which is 64. And notice how I underlined it. Now we're going to do multiplication or division. You just do whichever one's furthest to the left. So we're going to do this one. I'm not adding and then dividing by 2. That's incorrect. You're going to do PEMDAS. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. And now I'm going to do the multiplication. And then I'm going to add. 79, which is C. Alright, we're down to the last page we're doing today. Please make sure you understand these. Oh, whoops, hopefully you got that. I'll maybe pick it up in a second if I get a chance. 35. This one I think is pretty easy. It's the same kind of thing. But this whole page, a lot of it's to geometry, where all you have to do is memorize. So, PEMDAS, parentheses first, 9 minus 5 is 4. Remember, if there's nothing in front of it, you put multiplication. Now I'm going to do the exponent, which is 4 times 4, which is 16. And I know there wasn't a whole lot of room, so if you used a piece of paper, make sure you staple that and turn that in next week. And I'll make sure I leave a note for this sub, because it's not going to be Mr. Lee, but Mr. Lee should be back next week, which I'm so happy about. 16 plus 6 is 22. Alright, 36. A triangle with all sides of equal length, well, that's an equilateral. That's just D. 37. What term best describes these triangles? Well, here's the kind of thing. These are the kind of questions I put on the test, and I have lots of people not look at each individual triangle. Take it out. Look at one triangle at a time. 8, 12. What kind of triangle is that? None of the sides are equal, and it's got a right angle. So remember, think of scalene, and it doesn't have a right listed, so it's scalene. 38. 45, 45, and 90. Ooh, that's tough. Remember, 90 is right. 39. What type of triangle is always similar to other types of triangles? That's an equilateral. 40. So Penny drew a quadrilateral. It's all sides are equal length. So draw it. Oh, I don't know if it has right angles, so I should look at that. Opposite sides are parallel. 2 angles are acute. So it does not. So let's see. 2 angles are acute. Opposite sides are parallel. So it doesn't have 90-degree angles. So that rules out rectangle and square. And a trapezoid only has one pair of parallel sides. so that makes it a rhombus. If you don't know these, you need to study them more. Those are in your book, or you need to go back to the geometry chapter review and look at that. 41. What best describes a quadrilateral below? I know it doesn't show 90-degree angles, but those are 90-degree angles. It's not a square, it's not a trapezoid, it's not a rhombus, it's a rectangle. And 42 is the last one we're doing. Which statement is always true of a rhombus? It has 4 congruent sides. It has 4 congruent angles. Are all 4 of those angles the same? No. It has 1 pair of opposite parallel sides. Well, it says only. It has 4 right angles. Nope, that would make it A. It has 4 congruent sides that are the same. Look at this, see how you did. If you did poorly on a section, you need to look at the website and do the review again, or look at some of the notes that you did with Mr. Lee. My website is a wonderful tool. If you're not utilizing or you don't remember it, you can always go to the library. I know it's 10 cents to print, but it would be worth it. So, and that concludes for today. We'll finish this tomorrow.